So today we will discuss data collection. Data collection actually it is a way or method or technique of gathering information. And data collection means it is the method, it is the way, or data collection is the techniques through which information is collected. So data collection is the important part of any type of research study. And methods of data collection, it vary and depending mostly on the required outcomes or information. That what are the required outcome or information. So methods of data collection vary from experiment to experiment. Mostly raw data is collected and it take a variety of forms like including measurements or survey responses and observation. As you know that previously we discussed a research process which contains three important phases, and the third phase, the third phase consists of three important steps. And the first step is the data collection. So what are the important or essential steps in data collection? So there are various steps in data collection. Number first step is to identify and defining data elements. This is the first important step, that the researcher must identify the elements of the research, the variables of the research. So what data researcher needs to collect? So the first step is to identify the elements of the research, that what are the elements of the research. And second one is identify the sources from which the data is collected. Means that from which source researcher will collect the data. Our identify data sources means that where can researcher find the data needed, from where the required information is collected. So during the first step, data elements, identification of the data elements is important. Second one is identification of the data sources from which source data is collected. Third, after identification of data elements and data sources is the data collection. Means that how will you collect data? What are the methods? What are the techniques through which data will be collected? And the most important one is data validation and data quality procedure. It is important that the collected data must be valid and reliable. So always design and implement procedure to examine the validity and reliability of the data. Means that valid, accurate data must be collected. So there are different methods to which data is collected. Number first one is census. Census is a method or technique through which information is collected. A census is a study that obtains data from every member of population. So data can be collected by means of census. And most studies, census is not practical. The reason behind this is because the cost and time required, it is costly, and more times are required for collection of the data. Survey is another type through which data is collected. Survey is a study that obtains data from a subset of population. In case of census, data is collected from every individual of the population, while in case of survey, data can be obtained from a subset of a population. Data can also be collected by means of questionnaire. Questionnaires is a method of data collection. What is meant by questionnaire? Questionnaire is a written list of questions. It is a written list of questions, the answer to which are recorded by respondent. From respondent means the members of the targeted population. So questionnaire, it is a written list of questions and the answer are recorded by the individual of the study. Another one is the interview. Interview is also a method of data collection. It is a verbal interchange for the collection of information, for the collection of data. Interview is, in some cases, it is often face-to-face up to means of telephone. Another important method is observation. Observation is a method of data collection. And means the observation means these are the action or process of closely observing or monitoring some things. So these are important methods through which we can collect data. Data can also be collected by means of experiment, control experiment. What is mean by experiment? An experiment is a controlled study in which the researcher attempts to understand the cause and effect relationship. So mostly in lab-based experiment and lab setting, data can be recorded in a certain amount of time. So all these are method of data collection. Data can be collected by means of questionnaire, data can be collected by means of interview, data can be collected by means of survey, data can be collected by means of census, data can be collected from observation, or in mostly in the applied sciences, the data is collected in the lab setting. Thank you.